are at massive risk, if I'm really honest. And again, that's part of why I do what I do, because I think right now we are headed down a path to do real damage to this kind of very short-lived fight that we've been fighting, right? Like it's a blip in historical moment where women have really kind of started to take up any space, or even suggested that we take up space. I feel like that's kind of the era of time that we're in. We haven't quite taken up the space, but we're talking about the fact that we would like to take up some space.
Yeah.
So we stand to kind of erase that because, right now, just as you said, the way that large language models work, and they are the huge models that underpin most generative AI tools out there, is they're consuming lots and lots of information from the internet, which is mostly male skewed, mostly produced by men, has lots of patriarchal and misogynistic messaging in there. And then it's looking for patterns in that data to give you answers. So, for example, whenever I do workshops, I always show an example of gender bias in these tools. And if I say, hey, make me a picture of a CEO, I'll get some like chiseled Jack 6'2" white dude. If I say, can you make me a picture of a doctor, I'll get like 25 different varieties of middle to older age white dudes. If I say like, yeah, make me someone that looks really, really successful, that owns a multi-million-dollar company, I get a white dude. So it's just the way that these tools, and they're not trying to make us feel anything, but they've just gone, all right, I really like to please you. So you've said, can you make me a picture or write me a story or help me with a CV? I've had a look at all the data I have about that, and that's my best guess about what you would like based on all the information I have. And without injecting more diversity in there, so without injecting a correction and saying, no, this is actually what I want, because remember, AI is learning from us all the time. If we're not injecting that diversity or those corrections, we're raising an AI baby. And if we're not gently correcting it or gently encouraging